you were absent today, I wanted to review with you what we did in class. You actually missed quite a lot, so you'll have to be really responsible and watch this video and do what you didn't do because you were absent. The first thing we did was we reread the writing prompt just to kind of shake the cobwebs out of our brains and remind ourselves what we were supposed to be writing about. So you can read that to yourself. Then I passed out a piece of paper that said step 1 in class together, and when I first passed it out, everything in yellow was not there. So what I've done for you is I've left our class notes there so that you know what we talked about. So the first thing we talked about is the words in the prompt that are unique to the prompt that we don't use in everyday life, because a lot of times there's specific words in a writing prompt, and those words some of those words should also be in your essay. Oftentimes it's words that are specific to the subject or specific academic language. The next thing, places, people, or issues that are mentioned in the prompt. Definitely if a prompt mentions people or issues or specific places, those are things that need to be addressed in your essay, so we made note of those. Quotes used in the prompt. If there's a quote in the prompt, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to use the quote in your essay unless it tells you to, but you should definitely talk about the content of the quote if you're not going to use the quote itself, so you need to know what the quote is in the prompt. Title of the article you have to reference, because remember you have to reference one of the articles that we read, so the title's there. What do you have to describe? The prompt asks you to describe something, so you definitely want to make sure in the your essay that you describe something. And if you're going to be describing a place, what kinds of things do you need to feel like you were actually there? So in class we came up with adjectives and sensory details. So definitely you're going to want to make your reader feel like they are there in your sacred place with you. What questions do you have to answer? This particular prompt wants to know how you would feel and what you would do. And the majority of your essay should be about your sacred place and what you would do and why. It should not be about the Native Americans. Yes, you have to talk about the pipeline in your essay. No, it should not be the main part of your essay. So read through that very carefully on your own. Then what we did was I passed out an example essay. You have to go through the list in step 1, and for each item you find in the example essay, you have to highlight or underline where the essay accomplishes that task. You're also going to write in the margin why you highlighted or underlined that part of the essay. The example essay is on the next page right here. So you read through that example essay, you're underlining and highlighting all those things that we just talked about in the checklist. And then you're going to write me, because I'm the author, feedback on my essay. Okay, you're going to write me a quick letter. You're going to start with Kirsten, so dear Kirsten, comma, and then you're going to use the tag protocol. So T, tell me something you liked about my work. Okay, what did you like about how I wrote it? Ask me a question. Okay, so this isn't a question about the subject. This is a question of my writing and how I chose to write. So what would happen if you added more sensory details? Or do you think that you talked enough about the Native Americans? Or do you think that you talked too much about the Native Americans? Okay, the purpose of this question is to get the person thinking about their own writing. Finally, give me a suggestion that helps me address something in the prompt. So this is a suggestion, something very specific, like check your spelling, or do you think you have enough words? Okay, a specific suggestion that's going to help me get a better grade. So you need to do that. Now, when you're at home, you're going to read your own essay that you wrote before break. And you're going to use this list up here. After you read your essay, you're going to go through this list. Did I include some of these words? Did I talk about these things? Did I include the name of the article that I have to reference? Did I describe a place and help my reader feel like they were there with me? Did I say why it was sacred? Did I say what I would do if someone tried to destroy it or take it away? Is the majority of my essay about the sacred place and what I would do? Ask yourself all those questions and then revise your essay until you can answer yes to all of those questions. Finally, you have to bring a printed copy of your essay to class on Thursday. We will be sharing our work with each other and providing feedback. So I hope you're there on Thursday. If you're not, then I will post another video about what you can do.